So we're Harry and Nikki, and we've just flown from London to San Diego to chase our dreams of converting an American schoolie.
Well, what did you say the best price was for it?
We just bought this beauty and are trying to convert it in 30 days at our Airbnb.
How are we going to get all this up?
No, we're not. We've converted 2 other vans before this, so we hope this one will be our best.
So I guess at this point, some of you are wondering, why are we doing all of this?
And I think the answer is freedom.
Because we've kind of become traveller hippies, where we no longer love the idea of sitting at a desk 5 days a week, spending time on things that don't really get us going.
And since doing our 2 other camper van conversions, we've realised that there is money to be made in van builds.
And in our case, this money is spent on more travelling.
And money aside, there is so much to be said for the satisfaction that comes from making something with your bare hands that you end up using as a home.
And that is exactly the plan for this schoolie.
But anyway, if this type of content floats your boat, then just keep watching.
And maybe even follow our Instagram
at the Vanbitious Project. So welcome to week 2 of our 30-day schoolie conversion.
We just wanted to start this video by thanking you guys for clicking through and for your continued support throughout the build. So we've been working quite hard lately to move away from the pure DIY van life stuff and to keep the videos interesting for those that aren't converting a bus themselves. So on that note, stay tuned in this video for some funny bits later on, like Nikki's salsa dance moves.
So it is day 8 and it is solar panel day.
If you guys saw last week's vid, then you'd know we'd previously tried to install the solar panels, but it was far too windy.
Windiest day San Diego's ever seen.
So in order to put the solar panels on, we need to attach these ABS brackets to the solar panels before they go on the actual top of the roof. So we're going to do that now. And at the end of the day, we also finished our ceiling cladding.
So being the typical Brits we are, we burnt yesterday, so at the start of the day today we creamed up. We then installed an MDF sheet that would go right beside our bed. And then we had a bit of a change of plans in the day.
IKEA have emailed.
Yeah.
We'd been waiting for this particular unit from IKEA to come back in stock, which today it had.
So I reckon we should go. After all the commotion, we realised that this was Harry's first time driving the schoolie on a freeway, aka a motorway. We then arrived at a very busy IKEA and became even more concerned that our cabinet would sell out.
As soon as that email came through, we were like, run!
But clearly not concerned enough.
Nikki's doing that thing where she's just browsing everything again. We were here to just pick up a kitchen, all of a sudden.
Whilst we're here, we may as well get cheap things though. I'm being smart.
Look at you sassing now. I was just making a little commentary about it.
We were met with the information that there were still 9 in stock, so decided to celebrate with a free food taster.
Just a little bit.
They're actually so good. Yes! 1 shop down, 3 to go.
Fast forward a half an hour drive and we ended up at Home Depot.
Home Depot trip number 6 or 7?
Right, loading up and back to Walmart.
At Walmart, we had to buy this 4-cube organiser that we planned to put under our bed as storage.
So we ended our day with an iced coffee from Panera Bread and some doggo cuddles.
Somewhere in the great unknown, when I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again?
So, it's build a bed day.
Let's go build a bed, baby.
Similar to our last van build, we started our bed using the 4-cube organiser to judge the bed height. So that was our starting point.
And now for the bed legs.
We then installed slats on one half of the bed and left this half empty, ready to install our electrics. What are we doing today, babe?
Today we are building our IKEA kitchen.
We bought the Knox Holt cabinets and we're just going to build them here on the ground and pop them in place.
So after looking for the IKEA booklet for about 20 minutes, we eventually found it in the third box.
And after starting to build the IKEA unit outside, we realised we wouldn't be able to walk it into the bus once complete.
Which meant taking it apart a bit and moving it inside the bus.
I saw the video. Nelson sent it over.
Oh, really? Nice. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're up
And I
to date
told
a little
her Nelson needs to ham it up a little more.
And this is the final result. So it obviously needs some handles adding onto it and some final touches and stuff like that. It kind of just looks like an IKEA kitchen thrown in the bus right now. But we'll make it look nice and homely. Just give us a bit of time, right? But yeah, I think our plan is to go inside, grab the keys, and head to Panera Bread to get a coffee.
So today we finally allowed ourselves to have our first day off since coming here.
We're going to take ourselves into San Diego. We've just ordered an Uber now, so we're waiting outside the house for it. Saying goodbye to our bus for the day.
Which feels weird.
It does feel weird, doesn't it? We've kind of, our whole life while we've been out here revolved around this big yellow machine. So,
Gonna miss ya.
Yeah, it's going to be quite weird having a day off. We feel like irresponsible parents.
So funnily enough, our Uber driver Emmanuel happened to be from Rome and used to work in an Italian restaurant in Little Italy in San Diego.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Here we go. Let's see if Pauline's there.
So when arriving in Little Italy, he spoke to the manager and even managed to get us a discount at the restaurant.
Once we explored Little Italy and of course took a trip to Panera Bread,
There's actually a Panera Bread in San Diego.
we took the metro, or the trolley as the Americans call it, back home.
I mean, obviously we did a bit more than this on our day off, but we couldn't really be bothered to film it all. You'd think after having a day off that we'd be back to full energy and refreshed, but it kind of went the other way, as the stir craziness had well and truly kicked in today.
We're going crazy!
So we're going to do the backsplash for our kitchen now.
So this is what our kitchen looks like right now.
Yes.
But what we're gonna plan on doing is we're gonna put some timber struts back there. We're gonna put a little bit of plywood on top of them timber struts, and then we're gonna finish that off with some lovely tiling over the top.
I bought some floor tiling this time instead of wall tiling, and it's a little bit thicker.
So this is what our kitchen is gonna look like.
Now, maybe not. Maybe we'll show you a little bit in between. I want more.
So I think we're going to have a serious discussion at some point
Serious discussion about what?
about your Home Depot addiction you got going on.
Oh my god, no, it's like your Home Depot addiction.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But yeah, we don't want to bore you with our Home Depot trip, so we've done it already. We bought stuff we needed to finish the kitchen today, and we're going to drive home and finish off the kitchen.
We're going to make the kitchen look hella sexy.
See you at home. Partition wall's coming along. Our backsplash tiles still hadn't arrived in the post, so we decided to get on with the partition wall. Harry cut the cladding whilst I slid it in place. So today our evening was much more exciting than our standard shower, dinner and go to bed routine. We were actually invited too.
Salsa Under the Stars it's called. But we're going to watch a load of people do some salsa basically, and Nelson himself's going to get involved. So Nikki's going to show us some of her best moves now.
Nick and I wanted to learn some basic salsa moves, so Nelson was more than happy to share his knowledge with us.
You got an 8 count, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And after just 5 minutes, we were basically professionals.
Which made us feel confident enough to go ahead and dance on the salsa floor.
And of course, Nelson, the real expert, had to get on the dance floor too.
All this dancing had definitely built us up an appetite, so beer and tacos were a must.
That looks so good.
We had one last dance before the music finished at 9 PM. And then Nelson took us on a little tour of San Diego.
Yeah, you guys ready for a little hike? I'll take you really quick around the area because there's like a few things to see.
Starting with the Old Town.
We then visited America's most haunted house.
There's a creepy person in the back before.
This is where actual body is buried.
We ended up finishing the night off with a visit to a British pub where they serve things like tempura green beans and tempura pickles. How very British.
After a lovely evening, we went home and were greeted by Yoshi. God, we're really going to miss living here. And this is probably a good time to introduce you to our good friends Kieran and Alice.
We know this is super random, but these guys definitely deserve some love at the moment. So if you guys are missing our European adventures, these guys have just concluded their trip in Europe.
And are about to start a new van build that will accommodate their 2 dogs, Freddie and Suki.
But yeah, they're a super cool couple, so if you guys can't get enough of your van life content, go check them out. Realistically, we didn't get anywhere near as much work done on the kitchen as we should have yesterday. I can't think why.
We're going crazy!
Meaning today we're playing catch up. And that starts with the kitchen backsplash.
Then we decided to finally install our hob and kitchen sink into the worktop.
Just about to do an intro. Did you want to come in the shot with me?
Sure.
I feel like we've been working on the kitchen for so long, and we have. It's like our 3rd day on the kitchen. But to be honest, we've just felt a bit unmotivated the last 2 days and tired. Like we're just knackered. But today we've woken up feeling a bit different, haven't we?
We're energetic. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we're energetic. We've had our iced coffees already. We're going to finish the kitchen today, do some fun trim like we said we were going to do yesterday, and actually get some shit done. So, cue the crazy DIY montage. Woo!
I just don't understand why it's pink and purple.
It's literally like purple.
I mean, what did it say on the box again? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a very different colour to that. It basically looks red.
Yeah, so we're not happy with it, and we've decided instead of going all the way back to Home Depot on a Saturday and wasting 2 hours of our day, we are actually going to go Scandinavian vibe and just put on this really lovely white pine, and then at another stage we'll buy some nice varnish, like clear varnish, and just make it glossy. Still doing this bloody wall.
This is my wife, Susan.
Nice to meet you, Susan. How you doing?
Both of them just graduated from college, and their first job was doing 2 bands, and here they are in America, gonna see the world.
This is the we finished the kitchen dance.
Hey!
Oh, Harry! Harry! Ow!
Okay, we need to go in. I actually feel like I'm going a bit clinically insane at this point.
I quite like that feeling. So we've come to the end of the video now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
So this was kind of where we got to this week. This was kind of the finished product of the kitchen and the wall that we've done. Obviously, for those hawk-eyed people out there, they might have noticed there is a little gap between the kitchen and the wall in this space just here. We're actually going to fill that with like a little 6-inch drawer set thing. Well,
Yeah,
not
it's like a
drawer
little
set.
cabinet, it's like a filler sort of thing.
It's like a filler cubby hole thing. You'll
Yeah.
see when we get there.
So as always, if you did like the video, please actually physically like it and comment.
And subscribe if you fancy joining us for the journey. I mean, we've got 2 more installments of these videos, and then we are off on our adventures up the West Coast. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you next week.
Bye! Woo! And we're very positive about these types of things normally, like even I'm smiling now, but actually I feel like I want to cry. Look at this, Harry. Like and subscribe. Look, I've got a brown bit in my eye.